Hello and welcome back to this next edition. It's actually part 3 of Let's Get Visible in the series. So, first of all, if you are just stumbling across this before, welcome to the ITT Future Use YouTube channel. And my name's Jenny Kovacs. As it says there, I'm a visibility queen. I'm actually known as the Queen of Being Seen, but here's what's important to know about that. I work with employed professionals, I work with associations, institutions, and I also work with ambitious and driven people who just want to put themselves or their work out there more into their organization, into their industry, or just into the world. So, have you ever had this question bumbling around your brain? Maybe you've been at work, you've been working really well on a project that you've been enjoying. You're starting to really notice some of the value that you bring, your skill set, your tools. But you found yourself, like, literally raise your hand and let me know. Have you ever found yourself thinking, "Oh, but I can't keep telling people about the value that I bring because it's a bit too pushy"? Maybe you hate the thought of putting yourself forward for something like that in that way. It feels too kind of like too ego filled. Maybe you've struggled with how to articulate the value that you bring, or maybe you just wish that you were better at promoting yourself and putting yourself out there. Well, regardless of where you stand in this, I was writing a piece, an article recently, and I remember getting a call from somebody who said, Jenny, I need to work with you. I need a couple of sessions because I just feel like I'm not being taken seriously at work. And actually, it's making me question whether I'm in the right role, the right organization, the right company, and for this person, the right industry. Now, you don't need that to be floating around your head while you're doing a really fantastic job of the work that you're doing now. So today, we're going to tuck into a little bit of one of the first pillars of the Visibility Activator program, which is all around your ability to actually be visible. Okay, so there's lots of different ways that you can do that. But here's the most important thing to know. Those people who are most visible in their professional life, whether they run their own business or work and are employed for somebody else, regardless of that, those people that are most visible are deemed to be the most valuable, the most professional, and the people that get recommended or referred to, promoted, or pay rise. Okay, so this is really important. And, in the talks that I give, I do talk a lot about how to build that up and what comes underneath it. Now, most importantly, if you haven't seen last week and the week before, you haven't seen the video to that, please go back and have a look, because we kind of put the groundwork in place. We talk about getting the plan together and thinking about the time frames and timescales that you want to do this in. Because if you just throw it out there, what happens is that you will have this kind of carrot and donkey dangling thing going on, where something will be in front of you and you'll say, once I get there, then I'll do this. And as you move forward in life, so does that thing that you want to do. So here's why it matters. When you are visible, you are seen as valuable. But there's a big difference between being visible and just being arrogant and just self-promoting and putting yourself out there. And this is where this crosses into the realms of what people refer to as personal branding. I like to call it professional branding, because the one thing that I know is many of you are private people. You don't want to keep putting yourself out there, or elements of your life out there that shouldn't be in the public domain. So it's really important to grasp how you want to or need to be visible. This is not about pretending to be somebody else. This is not about massaging your personality, or not about giving yourself credit for things that you just simply haven't done. This is about moving through imposter syndrome. This is about being able to really add value so that you cause a big ripple effect wherever you're putting your work out there. And this is also about you being listened to, being taken seriously, and putting your work out there. So today I'm going to talk about a couple of pieces of visibility and things underneath that that are really important. So being visible, like how can you start to do that? Now, in this world that has become a bit more hybrid, where we're doing a lot of stuff face to face and a lot of stuff online and on screen, one of the surprising elements of visibility is your ability to be can't even say it, visible on video, video visibility. Once upon a time, people assumed it was a pose to be an Instagram influencer or anything else like that. But I've actually been helping people do this for over 12 years. And there are elements of video where you do need to be visible, whether it's giving a speech or a talk online, whether it's some sort of induction. So let's start with that. There are a number of things that are really important. And conversely, whether you're doing this with your own clients in your own business, or whether you're doing this within your own organization as a senior professional, as a junior professional, 3 things to think about. The first thing is you need to acknowledge the people that are listening. So you'll hear me, even in this video, reminding you, do you maybe feel like you want to be taken even more seriously? Do you think it's time to start going past that glass ceiling? Do you feel a little bit stuck on what to do next? Or do you just feel like the work that your company does, the proposition that it has, is so valuable that it just needs to get out there in front of even more people than it already has? This is one way that I acknowledge that this is for you. I might even go as far as to say in this particular video piece that it's not for you if you want to coerce, persuade, and force people. It's not for you if you're not willing to try it out for yourself. And this is not for you if you're relying on me solely to make you visible. Those are just some examples. There'll be your own examples in your own life. So press pause on this video and write down between 1 to 3 examples of how you can let the people around you know that you understand them, that you get them, that you acknowledge them. This is really important. Before you click on join the Teams meeting, join the Zoom call, or any other video conferencing software that you use, before you click go on creating a video or a live stream or even a training intervention online, you always need to think about what it is that you want to say and how people will know that what you're saying is for them. In my own expression and words, I ask myself, how will they know that I get them? How will they know that I understand them? And from there, you can start to really convey heightened credibility, heightened visibility, wherever you are, across continents, across different cultures. This is very, very important. The second thing is, there is rapport to be built online. And sometimes people think that by sharing on video that there's something different about it. And this simply isn't true. You can still connect just as well with people via video. You just might need to do it differently to how you would do if you meet them face to face, or even if you're on the phone, because now you've got no visual, you've got words. This is part of the reason why many people in many organizations are encouraged to switch their cameras on when they are like connecting and conversing and conducting business on video on screen. However, some people will have some challenges to doing this. And I'm not talking about a crisis of confidence. I'm not talking about feeling shy. I'm not even talking about being introverted or extroverted. I'm talking about some challenges, maybe neurodiversity. So if that's you, make sure that you share that with a trusted person within your organization, because you may need to make adjustments. You may wonder why you think differently, seemingly to everybody else. And that's a really important thing to acknowledge as well. So then the next thing you do is make sure that it's engaged and you are engaging the people that are speaking to you, or the people that you're speaking to. Now, the clue in the slip of the tongue there is that whenever I'm speaking on video, I still imagine that I'm hearing it's a two-way conversation, much like if we were live, much like if we were on the phone. So whether it's a video or whether it's Teams or Zoom meeting, be able to tap into and engage the person who you're listening to and who's listening to you. And as one of my old sales managers used to say back in the day, we've got two of these, very small ones in my case, and one of these. Use them in proportion, listen. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, but I need to pre-record a transmission that's going to go out to the whole of the organization. And our organization works across continents. No problem. Have you thought of some questions that you can pepper out throughout your talk that has people be engaged? A few moments back, I asked you to pause and write things down. That's one very simple way of engaging you. So whether it's a consultation throughout the company, maybe you might invite them to provide feedback, or maybe you might just be asking them for their opinion. Even if you do that on video, there are a gazillion ways you can do that. Why do it? Because by doing that, you are now being visible to those people. So go back and listen to this video. And as I talk about different actions, go back, pause, write them down and personalize them to be in keeping with the role that you perform, the job that you do, or the thing that you're doing within your industry. And the other thing, repetition is key. Keep on doing that. And that's just video. We talked a little bit about vision in our previous calls and previous videos. So next week, I'm going to go a little bit deeper, dive a little bit deeper into making an impact. Now, I have one question for you. If you've got questions about anything that you hear in these videos, do type them in the box below and I will keep checking and I'll definitely comment on them or answer them. But if you feel a bit exposed in doing that, I'm wherever you consume your social media. The place I'm most active, of course, is LinkedIn. Find me on LinkedIn, connect with me rather than follow me, and I'll be happy to see what your challenges or hear about any challenges that you might have. Please know that if you've got any questions, send them to me privately on LinkedIn if you don't want to do it publicly. And what I will do is I will create some content right here for the ITT Future You that you can absorb in real time. And the best bit, I won't blow your confidence. I won't say, oh, Jenny from London sent me this message and asked. I'll just answer it anonymously, because the questions that you ask that you think are only the things that you worry about tend to be the things that everybody worries about. So I'd love to be able to share the answers to your questions anonymously with you right back here on the ITT Future You. But that's all for this week. Next time we'll talk about how to make an impact. And it's a big topic, but we'll pick out some ways that are really useful and very beneficial. That's the second pillar of being seen. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and please don't keep this a secret. Share this with other people that you know will value the content. Point other people in the ITT Future Use direction. Let them subscribe and let them enhance their careers by being more seen, more heard, more visible. Why? Because your voice matters. Bye for now.